back to Ephex.
All right. Well, welcome back to chapter two. We had let. I'm gonna be quiet for a second.
I followed the instructions to the letter. Maybe it triggered a reaction with the Mako?
Oh, Charlie Sheen.
After all that, it had better have. Anyway, let's get going. We in Sector 8? That'd be just down there. All right then. Lead the way. You got it. Watch out for live wires. They're...
Okay, so if you're just coming back, this is chapter two, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I thought I was gonna do one a week, and that was probably about a month ago. I just uploaded chapter one, and I'm just gonna keep continuing. I think I'm on a schedule right now, because school's coming back and everything going on with 2020 being 2020. So I'm just, I'm kind of getting it down where I can now do it one a week and upload it one a week so we can follow. So last week I uploaded chapter one. You could probably tell it's been been some time because I think I had a beard in the last episode, and we're just I got my school face going on. So just to catch you up, so I had already beaten this game. You can do a chapter select like I guess a new game plus, right? And I explained that in the first episode, so go back and watch the first episode. Definitely is spoilers. I mean, this is kind of like a walkthrough movie. I'm going to explain stuff as we go. I'm going to try not to talk while the characters are talking. But as you can see, I'm level 37. I'm overpowered. It's new game plus. I'm trying to get through this, just to have it, and just to kind of post it and post my thoughts and stuff. So, chapter two, we're going to keep going. I'm going to talk as we're going. A lot of this, a lot of walking through pipes and so on and so forth. Let's make sure we had a good volume here. Just the kind of banter, idle dialogue between characters is real good in this. They did a real good job. Just a little update. We started out. We blew up reactor number one. Fought the Scorpion boss. This is in the original, but I mean not to this extent. Okay. So basically, we're leaving the reactor and heading back to
How farther do we have to go?
Seventh Heaven or Sector Seven. I have two full potions. I mean that's, or I have full potions, so I can't take them. I mean I completed probably about 60% of this game on first playthrough. I am playing on normal, and I will be playing on normal for this playthrough. And then once I get through this, I'm going to go to hard. And look, it's just looking at this stuff, like these are some of the details that they put into Midgar
Good to go.
that you don't really get in the original.
Fire in the hole!
Just a little dialogue between like Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse, and the main characters. And
Let that be a lesson for anything that gets in my way.
oh, by the way, I got my Final Fantasy VII shirt from ordered it from Amazon, and not disappointed. Feels pretty good. I figured I needed to get one.
This is a look from the Shinra Emergency Operations Center. Unidentified intruders have detonated a bomb inside Mako Reactor 1. Multiple explosions have been confirmed, as well as ongoing fire. In response, a disaster warning has been issued in Sectors 1 and 8. Structures in the area are at high risk of collapse, rendering
So these are the things that you don't really see in the original that are like kind of movie details. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you obviously can't have a 40-hour movie. I mean, they would have to turn this into a show. Foreshadowing. Give him a rallying speech. Potty mouth. All right. So so through this chapter, we're gonna probably be making our way back to Sector 7, and there's a couple things that happen. In the original, I think we run into Aerith or Aerith, whatever. They do call her Aerith in here, so they go with the Japanese pronunciation. Reach Sector 8 station. All right. So we're going to be going through the rubble. There's going to be a couple things that are a little different.
I don't need to tell you what this is, right? Of course not. It's human material. You can have it. First thing in my life. Just doing my job. Nothing wrong. Yeah. Fact is, I'm lucky you were there.
A little more interaction between Jesse and Cloud in this one.
Words to live by. Yeah, well, thanks. You do know how to use it, right? You do know where I was, right? Okay. I was only trying to help.
That's cold.
Before I forget, here's a little something extra for being so brave. That really was the ride of a lifetime. Well, I'll see you on the train.
Oh, 2 high potions, bottles of either. All right, well that's nice. All right, so I'm just gonna. I mean, I'm gonna look around a little bit and just make sure that I didn't miss anything in my first playthrough. Just you know, just for S&G. And it's nice that, like, I mean, if you really got time to play this, really just listening to like some of the dialogue of the NPCs, it really kind of puts, like, if you immerse yourself, it really kind of puts the whole thing into perspective. And I told you when I started playing it, and then it was like, okay, whatever, right? And then I restarted it over the summer or end of the summer, and I mean, I really took my time to immerse myself into it. I'm looking at where we at. I'm trying. Oh, okay. So I really kind of immersed myself and took in like the story and the feeling, like of how it would be, with like, especially because there's of everything going on. Like, there's probably no more relative time to play this than now. Oh wow. I should probably try to scoot a little bit faster though. Now I gotta find a different path. Did they do that on purpose? Maybe, maybe not. A little flashback with the flames here. Really like how they emphasize the Mako in their eyes, like because when they're a soldier, they take a Mako, they get infused with Mako, and the way that they can tell is looking at their eyes. Ooh. So this did not happen at this point in the original. Right? But I think this whole scenario is kind of throwing him back to that. And you see these little flashes in the original, but you kind of don't know, and it tells you later. Not to spoil anything, but I mean this game is like 23 years old at this point in time. But when you go back and you play it for the first time, you're like, and the dialogue's in gray when they're saying it in the original, and then like he's talking to himself, and it's a whole bunch of things. So I mean, I think you're supposed to be confused, and you figure it out later. I mean, you're not supposed to be like, oh, I don't understand this at this point in time, so let me stop playing it. You're supposed to play through, you know. Like kind of, I mean, that's kind of what I did here. Like I just thought of these as just extra, I don't know, type of just a little more detail to the original. But I mean, we'll find out that that's not really the case.
You're not real. You're dead. I killed you with my own. Oh, you need not to find me. It was the crowning glory of time together. All that was then, and this is now. I am fading fast. Our beloved planet is dying. Slowly, silently, painfully. Can you bear to see the planet suffer? Cloud.
So that's obviously a little PTSD, and I'm sure we'll find out in episode two. I'm gonna try not to give away too much of what happens later, even though I know. But maybe just kind of describe what I can about what's happening at this given moment.
It's a simple thing. Run, Cloud. Run away. You have to leave. You have to live. Good, Cloud. Very good.
Good, good.
To that hatred.
Star Wars. 100% Star Wars. So this is so being my second playthrough. I'm even noticing some things that I won't talk about till we get there. But that's just let's see. Yeah, that's just kind of how. So can't go this way, right? And that's a real nice feature. So you push the I don't know what it's like the sensor pad, and it brings up the map. And I would suggest this going through your first playthrough, search everything. I would not do all of like the battle arenas and all that, and you'll find out all those things where you fight multiple enemies. Like you don't need to do that in your first playthrough. Get leveled up and go through it on your second. I mean, if you really like a challenge, I mean, go ahead. I mean, I'm not saying no, don't do that, but like if you're just playing casually, that's kind of what I'm going here for, right? If you're just playing casually and you're trying to get immersed in the whole thing and for story purposes, like I would go through the story and then go back and hit up the rest of the side quests and mini games. Now, is that always the best way to play? I don't know. I mean, that's how I play. Is that right or wrong? Who knows? Obviously it's subjective. It's up to you. However you want to play, play. But if you want my specific, if you like how I play games and you want my specific suggestion, that's how I suggest. All right, here's another. Can't go that way. There's a materia over there. I could take all those dudes. Aha. So these are what I call the plot ghosts. Making her go this way. See, this doesn't. Now, Cloud meets Aerith in the original here. But Sephiroth is not involved.
Are you okay? Here, this is for you. That's right. It's a gift. You know, for scaring those things away. Never mind.
Yeah,
Keep it as a memento.
never mind.
I heard that before.
How much?
Well, that depends on the customer.
Oh,
In your case,
that's on the house.
it's on the house. Fluffers used to get this. Can't believe I know.
Good for him.
Oh, I'm sure you are. So,
I think she knows. That's the difference. That's the difference between this playthrough and the original. Like, I think she knows. Like,
relax. No one's going to attack you. I promise.
she's more attuned. So he couldn't see him till she touched him. So it was something that she gave to him. So she's more attuned to her powers. I'm not going to go further into it, but she's more attuned than the original. Pardon me. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, so in the original, we eventually meet up with these soldiers that we have to defeat before we go to the next place that we're going. So it's almost like it was guided. We were guided here, you know. So, and by the way, the music is awesome. This is the original music, orchestrated. Can we go back the other way? Since we're now already fighting, can we go get that material? Yeah, see? Where's the doggy? Oh, wow. Get off me. Counter stance. Attack. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's get that materia. Just for S&G. What is it? HP up. So we're going to check everything. I'm just going to go everywhere just so you know. And I said in my earlier video, like, I don't care how long this takes me. Like, I'll upload. If 3 people watch it, 3 people watch it. I'm not trying to get viewers for this video. I'm trying to document this, you know. And if you like watching it, then you like watching it. If not, then, you know, I'll show it to my friends. And that's okay. Everybody's got their own little slice of pie. A little scoop of ice cream. Alright, probably got to go that way. So there might be something this way. No, we gotta get that way, so we'll probably go this way. Aha, but it's probably gonna go over. We'll see. It might restrict me. Let's go this way. It's probably gonna restrict me. Come on, guy, let's fight. Now, oh, I missed. It should not take very long since I'm so overpowered. At this point in time, I should be like level 5 or 6. Kind of like Chrono Trigger. And Square Enix was pretty groundbreaking with that. You know, multiple endings, multiple scenarios. And that's one thing I really need to do. I think just for me, is to do a Chrono Trigger playthrough. You know, I'm not. Am I a superstar at that, like a speedrunner or anything? No, but you know, just for I mean, storyline wise, one of my favorite games of all time. I mean, these two. I mean, you can't stories as far as I played this Chrono Trigger, Xenogears. You can never put Xenogears on a on a stream that anybody would ever watch because it's freaking like 60 hours long. I'm gonna do the original here. I'm gonna do the original, and I'm gonna do it where I'm doing it on the PS4 version, so I can turn off random battles. Where am I looking here? I could turn off random battles. I could be overpowered. I could just, you know, do like no battles except for boss battles at all, just to do the story and talk about it. Because if I did it starting from scratch, it'd be super slow, and it would take probably about 80 hours. And I'm not trying to do that, but I would like to have it, you know, just to the point where, you know, I could talk about it. New generations can watch it. And nothing makes me happier than like somebody who's never played Final Fantasy VII before, and then they play it for the first time. They love it. Like Scrappy, who's been on this channel, played it, and that's now a thing that like we have in common. And he actually borrowed it from me. And he borrowed my strategy guide. And he went through it, and he ended up loving it. I think he played through this one. If not, then hopefully he'll watch the video. He's got to come back on and play some stuff with me, or at least talk about some stuff. Actually, you know what? What I think would be great if I had him on, he's like 10 years younger than me, a younger generation coming to talk about their experience with Final Fantasy VII, and then me who played it when it came out. All right, let's see where we're going. Can we go this way? Probably not. It's a little burnt, a little toasty. So when you search all these things, you get see how I broke that box and I got a Moogle medal? Well, Moogle medals are important later on when you're trying to buy some stuff from like a Moogle store. All right, so that's like the currency you use. So don't like on your first playthrough, I wouldn't skip the boxes because you're gonna get a lot of good stuff. Now, should I go back? No, I can't go that way. Let's go this way. All right. So this just ended up in the original. This was just like a couple of guys that were out over by the train, and then now it's like we're going through like half of this sector, which is cool. I mean, it gives you a chance to level up a little bit, get used to the combat because it is obviously way different than the original because the original was JRPG turn based, and this is JRPG action now. Like this very Kingdom Hearts ish. Can you sit on that bench? No. Which is not bad. I think this combat system's better than Kingdom Hearts, but I have not played 3 or finished 2 because, well, convolution. One day I hope to. One day I hope to have that much. Look, hopefully I have when I'm retired. I still have all my games, and I'll have time to go back and like play Kingdom Hearts all the way through. I tried. I tried like 2 summers ago, and I have them. Like I have, I have the HD collections, and they look gorgeous and they're wonderful, and the music's great. And it's just, God, the story just takes me in a place where I'm like, okay, here's Disney. Here's the Disney story, and then let's add a little bit of our story, and then this story is like not what you think it is, and it gets complicated, and then you know, so on and so forth. Not bad. So, not that and look, please, Kingdom Hearts fans, fanboys and fangirls, don't hate on me saying that. Like that doesn't mean I hate it. I don't. I like it. I think it's a great concept, a great idea. Good for all the indie pro wrestlers who do Kingdom Hearts themed gimmicks now. I mean, good for them. Gives them a platform, I guess. And the fact that it's even considered cool. Like, I mean, I was just having a conversation with my friend the other day, actually coworker friend, who's eventually going to be on this channel. That when because we're the same age. When we were in high school, liking this stuff was not cool. Not cool at all. Like, was I kind of a, I don't want to say the word jock, but I mean I played football, baseball, wrestled. I wrestled in college. I coached wrestling. But even if you were, it didn't matter. Like if you liked this stuff, like nobody else did. Maybe you didn't get bullied, but like No girls wanted to talk to you. That were not like they were not like the girls that there are today who are like super accepted and into gaming. It's like everywhere you go, like every girl's playing Call of Duty or whatever. Sure, that's fine, or like Apex or whatever, and that's cool. But like back in '03, '02, right? That wasn't happening. 1998. God forbid you played any collectible card games. I mean, you were so for a long time. Like I hid my nerdiness, not like hid, but like I was like, I'd go up to the kids like maybe in college or whatever, like who were playing DDR in like the cafe, and I'm like, hey guys, I like that too. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. They're like, but you are no, I like it. It's but I like things like history, obviously, because I teach it in like literature and sports and music, and it's just today is more acceptable to be like what I call a quote unquote Renaissance man than it is like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And is it kind of nice? Yeah, because I mean, look, because we're seeing this, we're seeing this, and this is why I'm talking about this. This is kind of a boring part, but we're seeing this resurgence of like games that are retro inspired and remakes like this, or like at least reimaginings, or we're getting HD remakes of Kingdom Hearts, and finally got a sequel at least. Like I mean, I wasn't super excited about it, but I'm sure there's tons of guys and girls that are super excited about it having Kingdom Hearts 3, and I don't knock that. Just because I haven't gotten through it yet doesn't mean that it didn't need to be done for other people, right? It's the old ice cream thing. Everybody has their own flavor. Triple slash is key, especially in these early times where like give you these the huntsman. Oh, he must be a mini boss. He is. Let's switch the Punisher. So that's the other thing is switching modes. So obviously he's got a shield, so you got to pressure him, right? And they do that too. They have they have a nice array of like mini bosses, and I mean you'll see when we get to Wall Market like what they do with one of the original like enemies. If you haven't seen it already, there's a little flashback there. But they make him like a tough boss, which is cool. Now this was in the original, where you're like surrounded above the train coming by, and then you don't jump, you kind of just fall. In the original, and it's very similar. Oh, watch the GD word, guy. So this is totally in the first one, or the OG. I'll just call it the OG. Tough guy. Obviously not in the first one, or the OG. So this is a cool part in the original. It kind of explains Midgar a little bit to you, like the structure of the city, the geography, and that's, and you kind of see like the late night employees coming home, and it kind of got me in the feels a little bit because you know what? So my grandma at one point used to live with us when I was younger, and I was real close with her, and waiting up late night for her to get home and watch one of the late night shows. It was like I kind of felt like these employees, just waiting to get home. And I mean, for a long time, I worked a little night shift. I had my share of bar employment. Worked an overnight shift at a hotel. Did what I needed to do in my early 20s. It's not the years, it's the mileage, kid. All right, Jesse's gonna show us a map here, right? Well, if you didn't watch episode one, Shinra, President Shinra, was watching and kind of self imploded, made it bigger than they seemed for like propaganda purposes against Avalanche. Yep. He's like literally the worst listener. Not the worst. I guess he does listen. He's not really an advice guy. I love this. It's just look. So I'm just taking a minute. The orchestrated music of the original popping up in this, it's just, if they just did that alone and put the orchestrated music on the original with the original graphics, original 1997 PlayStation 1 graphics, like I'd have no problem because it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous music. It really is. I'm not a like I don't play an instrument. I'm trying. I'm dabbling in the harmonica, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm not musically inclined. It's actually the exact opposite. And I just I hear something like this, and it just triggers something in your brain and your memories of like taking you back. And I'm gonna gush about this, and I will. I'm gonna gush. I'm gonna gush this whole time. All 18 chapters, I'm gushing. So, but when you hear the orchestrated music and just a little nuances and changes and updates and stuff, I mean, it's for me, it's very nice. It's a nice little memory. Oh, and then as soon as I get done gushing, he says the word ass. Oh, so this kind of happened in the original, but it was obviously the civilized people change. Right? We not see that. But the dialogue was not as in depth. Oh, he said the ass word again. All right,
Let's get this out of the way.
let's get this.
Personally, I find visual aids make the dull stuff a lot more bearable. If it helps,
Let's get it out of the
this
way
is just
because
an initiation rite.
that's a nice little nod to like players who've played this and done that. They know it's coming. It's just like, all right, let's get this explanation stuff out of the way.
Great city of Lindgar, complete with massive steel
That's
buildings
nice. I think
protected
that's
from the
funny. I didn't
elements.
catch that the first time.
Its top which stands a shining beacon of civilization. The whole system is sustained by the macro reactors, which feed the insatiable appetites of the public. The train will be passing through an ID checkpoint shortly.
This
This
happened.
here is the train's route. As you can see, it'll take us around this main pillar. Look, we're about halfway through it now. They've set up a checkpoint here to scan the IDs of all passengers heading in and out. Date of birth, residential status, criminal history, all that and more is automatically cross-referenced in their databases. Public security wouldn't have it any other way. Heads up. Don't worry, our IDs are impeccable. What I tell you, have a little faith. Won't be long till we reach the bottom. Relax.
Take a good look. It's because of that great big pizza in the sky that people down there gotta struggle to survive.
And that was actually a line in the first one. I remember that.
Turns to dust.
But he didn't say great big pizza. It was bleeped out. It was like the almost like the Cubert bleep out. You know what I'm saying? Like the asterisk and the ampersand and all that.
If you'll be out for yourself. But the folks down there don't have the luxury of choice, you know.
I love how the flower is in his jacket the entire time. This is a direct quote, which popped me a little bit. I got the little Road Warrior pop from not a Road Warrior pop, but maybe a maybe a Mikey Whipwreck pop. Are we progressing chapters? Yes, we are. I'm gonna stop here. Okay, and this is good because we're way under an hour. And for me, it's good to just kind of go. It keeps my focus just chapter by chapter, and it kind of makes me rethink, and I can go and okay, so this chapter is going to do this, and it's this is what happened in the original, and I can like piece them together, and then I can think about the original, and then let y'all know like okay, this happened, this didn't, this is exactly the same, this is not, and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? It just allows me to be more informative, and that's really what I want to do. And honestly, I want this documented just because I want to go through it myself. I want my friends who are really into Final Fantasy 7. I got a couple close friends who are really into it to really kind of go through it. And if anyone on the internet, anyone out there is interested in like talking about Final Fantasy 7, being maybe a first time player or whatever, this is something that I want to have. Or like some of my friends who like maybe played it, don't have PS4, like oh yeah, I remember that was a great game. I heard they were doing a remake, but I don't really play video games anymore. But well, here's a movie, here's me talking about it and this and that. So that's the whole that's my whole purpose of this. And this is going to be an undertaking of recording all of this, uploading, edit it, blah blah blah. But I mean, to me, it's worth it just to have it, as long as the files don't go away. But other than that, this is look chapter 2. I'm gonna head into chapter 3. I'm probably honestly, literally going to stop recording, unpause, go get a drink, see what the dog is doing, and then come back and play and record chapter 3. I'm going to try to get them out, you know, within a week apart, so it'll be an 18-week journey. And at the end, I'm going to talk about the whole thing, and then I'll probably, at that point in time, it should be very close to Christmas break, which means I'll have a lot more free time. That's like 2-3 weeks where I don't have school. So I'm going to record. I promise. I'm going to record the first Final Fantasy VII, the original. But I'm just not gonna grind. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go through story purposes, and then I'll talk about that, and then how it differed in this. So I think a real nice would be like a nice mashup would be taking some of that and some of this and mashing it up and cross referencing and all that other stuff. So I think there's a lot of resources. There's a lot of cool things that we can do, and we as influencers or YouTube creators or even gamers in general, just fans, that we can do to like make some nice little, I don't know, videos, art, just kind of dialogue, right? So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm out. Chapter 2. I'll check in for Chapter 3.
Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Gmail. Don't forget to like and subscribe.